Now, we've seen drag queen story time rolled out, not just in the US, but right here in Australia. But the latest thing is what they're calling family-friendly drag shows. Yes, parents enthusiastically taking their kids along to watch performances that are often suggestive, sexually explicit, and frankly, the sort of content no child should be exposed to.
You are such an awesome mom for bringing their kid out to a family-friendly drag show, ladies and gentlemen. Are you confused yet? Minty fresh.
Joining me now is Executive Director of Defend Our Kids and Blaze TV host Sara Gonzales. Sara, you and Taylor Hanson have been attending these all ages or family-friendly drag shows. Is what we saw there typical of the content?
Sadly, Rita, yes, it is typical of the content that they are, of course, billing as family-friendly and all ages welcome. I wish that I could tell you that I have been to one of these drag shows that they are marketing towards kids and that it has not been sexual in nature, but that just has not been my experience. This is the new trend now. You have these woke suburban moms taking their children to, in this case, it was a Christmas drag show, but in many cases, it's a drag brunch where they sip mimosas and get tipsy while their children get sexualized in the process. And it's just a really, really devastating thing for American children here.
There are no laws around exposing children to sexually suggestive or explicit content. I mean, you don't see kids at strip clubs. Why are they attending these sort of shows where I've seen clips where they're handing out dollar bills to drag queens who are doing a strip type performance, dancing? Again, are there no laws around this?
See, this is the thing that we are trying to prove, Rita, with my organization, Defend Our Kids Texas, is that we are trying to prove the point that there are laws already on the books that should be protecting children from these events. Unfortunately, lawmakers didn't have the foresight to think that they would have to include things like drag queen shows in all of these laws protecting children from being sexualized. So now we're seeing the ramifications of that. But our point in going in and getting this footage and showing people, how is this any different from taking your child to a strip club? As you mentioned, it's not any different. And unfortunately, we are living in a time where the LGBTQ community seems to be exempt from all of these ramifications, from the consequences of sexualizing children. And that is what my organization aims to stop.
Well, even talking about this, even showing the footage that you've got from these events, you get crazy attacks from the activist class who just deny this is happening, deny that there's content there that isn't suitable for children. But I've got to say, whenever I see these videos, my first thought is why? And then my next thought is, what sort of parent chooses to take their child along to see that? And I'm so glad you went along and asked some of these mums, mainly mothers who are taking their kids along. And let's have a look at some of their answers.
Can I ask you a question? Do you find this to be age appropriate for your children?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little more, I'm not as conservative, but I mean, really, it's not any different than, I mean, Disney, they have similar things. Like, it's really not that far from it.
I had sex with my father's boss in my father's office.
Honestly, like, I'm body positive.
Minty fresh.
Do you find this to be age appropriate for children?
Do I find this to be age appropriate?
Yeah.
For my child, yeah.
Hello, you're reaching for my titties. Are you hungry?
Do you mind me asking how old she is?
She's 12.
12.
She knows about sex, and I mean, she doesn't see sex.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she kind of sees simulated sex in the show.
She goes to school. She sees simulated sex all the time.
Sara, the video goes much longer than that, but that gives you an idea of the mindset of some of these mothers. Are they trying to be cool? Are they trying to be progressive as they see it? What is the motivation for going along to events like this with their children?
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, look, I think the sad reality is a lot of them just aren't good parents, and they are doing what they want to go do, which is, engage in all of this debauchery, and they don't want to spend the money on a babysitter because that is how little they care about their children. I also think there is a large subset who they have just totally fed into this religion of wokeism, and they are literally sacrificing their children at the altar of wokeism, and they are handing these children away to sexualize. I mean, I see it time and time again when I go to these events. These women think that they are doing absolutely nothing wrong, and they just roll over and say, well, they're going to learn about it anyway. I mean, you heard this woman say, well, she sees simulated sex all the time at school. I have some questions, Rita, because
Really?
I've not seen how the simulated sex is a part of a curriculum. Trust me, I know it's gotten bad in America, but I don't think it's gotten that bad. So I would like to know where her children are going to school, but unfortunately, they just kind of want to pass the buck and say, well, they're going to learn about it anyway, so I might as well not spend money on a babysitter and just take them with me.
Oh, goodness. And that was in Texas. That's another thing. That wasn't Portland or California or New York City. That was in Texas. Mind you, Austin, which is, had a bit of a Californication occur there. But Sarah, good luck to you. Well done on exposing what is happening at these events. And hopefully the lawmakers catch up with these events and enforce the law. Because like you said, the laws are already there. They're just choosing not to enforce them. Sara Gonzales, thank you for joining me tonight.
Thank you so much, Rita.